Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. We don't just talk about pet knowledge here. We also share some of those really touching, healing, true stories. You know, if you're someone who believes that dogs can truly heal the human soul, then you have absolutely found the right place.
So let's dive into the story of this little character, the French Bulldog. Because I promise you, what you think you know about them is probably wrong. They're so much more than just cute faces and professional nappers. Their history is just packed with rebellion, high society drama, and some biology that is frankly just bizarre.
All right, first up, the biggest secret of them all. Despite that name, these little guys aren't, well, they're not really French. Their whole story actually begins across the English Channel, in the gritty, industrial towns of 19th century England.
So picture this. The Industrial Revolution is in full swing in England, right? Skilled lace workers are suddenly being replaced by machines. They're out of a job, so they pack up everything they own and head to France for work. And they bring along the one thing they can afford to keep, their little companion dogs, these so-called toy bulldogs.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, this total reversal of fortune. Back in England, these little dogs were seen as runts, the defective ones that serious breeders just didn't want to be bothered with. But in France, oh, they were an instant hit. They became fashion icons overnight. It's amazing. One country's reject became another's treasure.
And their social climb in Paris was just wild. I mean, they started out with the working class, but their big break came when they became the go-to pet for the city's bohemian nightlife. We're talking artists, writers, and, famously, the ladies of the night. That connection gave them this rebellious, edgy coolness that made the rich and famous absolutely desperate to get one. But their rise to the top wasn't exactly smooth sailing. In fact, their most famous feature, those adorable oversized ears, actually sparked an international incident. No, I'm not kidding. It was a literal war over ears.
So, here was the big fight. The European breeders, they wanted to keep the traditional folded rose ear, just like their English Bulldog ancestors. But wealthy American tourists visiting Paris, they fell head over heels for this quirky new look, the upright, alert bat ear. It was a total clash of old world tradition versus new world style.
And this whole thing just exploded in 1897 at the Westminster Dog Show. They brought in an English judge, and to the complete horror of the American owners, he basically said their bat-eared dogs were ugly and kicked them out of the running. The Americans were furious.
So what do? Well, a group of incredibly powerful American elites, and I'm talking people from the Rockefeller and JP Morgan families, they all banded together. They formed their very own club, the French Bulldog Club of America, with one simple mission: defend the bat ear at all costs.
And this was just a brilliant power move. They didn't just complain. No. They staged their own glamorous counter-event at the fanciest hotel in New York City, the Waldorf Astoria. It was so exclusive, so chic, so well-publicized that their bat ear standard just completely crushed the opposition. They pretty much bought their way into defining the breed for the rest of the world. And that's why Frenchies look the way they do today.
But that cute face that we all love so much, it really does come at a shocking price. From a purely biological standpoint, these little guys are a masterpiece of impossibilities. They're basically a collection of adorable design flaws. For starters, did you know they can't swim? Like at all. Their bodies just are not made for water. They've got these huge, heavy heads and these dense, compact bodies. As Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson famously found out when he had to dive in and rescue his own puppy, they sink, well, like a brick.
And this is a really crucial point. Giving birth naturally is almost impossible for them. Because the puppies have such large heads and the moms have such narrow hips, it's just a dangerous combination. Get this, over 80% of all French Bulldogs have to be born by C-section.
And hey, if you've ever wondered why they can be such tiny, gassy little bioweapons, it is not their fault. It's a real medical condition called aerophagia. Because their snouts are so short, they swallow a massive amount of air every time they eat, drink, or even just pant.
And all that swallowed air, well, it has to go somewhere, right? So the next time you hear a suspicious little noise coming from your Frenchie, just remember, it's not bad manners, it's a fundamental design flaw of their adorable, squished-up faces.
But for all their physical quirks, these guys are so much more than just walking vet bills. They have been there for some of history's most dramatic moments, and believe it or not, they are hiding some seriously amazing talents.
I mean, their resume is just incredible. There was a champion Frenchie on the Titanic. One witnessed the tragic end of the Russian royal family. They've been a muse for fashion giants like Yves Saint Laurent, got painted by Andy Warhol, and yeah, in our time, they've even become the targets of high-stakes Hollywood heists.
And just when you think their only real talent is napping on the couch, it turns out they have this incredible and very unexpected hidden skill.
Get this, the exact same body shape that makes them terrible swimmers, that low, wide, front-heavy build, it gives them the perfect center of gravity for skateboarding. They are just naturally stable and balanced on four wheels. It's crazy.
And I'm not making this up. There are legitimate Frenchie skate stars out there. Pups like Nordboss have become internet famous for their skills, proving these little wrecking balls can absolutely shred with the best of them.
So they really are a total bundle of contradictions, aren't they? A dog that isn't really French, a biological design that's full of flaws but is still impossibly cute, and an unlikely action hero who can't swim to save his life but can probably skateboard.
The French Bulldog isn't just a cute pet. It's a living, breathing piece of history. It's a monument to human taste, both the good and the bad, and a really powerful reminder that looks can be incredibly deceiving. So what about you? Have any of your furry friends done something that really touched your heart or just made you laugh out loud? And are there any other pet stories you'd like to see us cover? Let me know in the comments. If you like today's story, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.